Some of you know who Samuel Rutherford is, the great 17th century Scottish pastor and theologian. He wrote this: "I love a rumbling and raging devil rather than a subtle devil." She says a subtle devil is far more difficult to fight against, to see. That's so often what we have. Okay, so my argument for you church folk is just simply, hey, the scriptures and Jesus himself seems to say, unless you're under Christ, you are under the power of sin and Satan. But I want to try to give an argument for you who are not so sure about God or not so sure about Jesus. And you're certainly not so sure about this whole talk about sin and Satan and stuff like that. You were just wondering about the reality, the existence of the spiritual at all. So this stuff is a bit far. Well, I mentioned that in John chapter 8, Satan is called the father of all lies. Well, the Bible begins actually with this story in the Garden of Eden with Adam and Eve, and it's this perfect reality that's taking place, perfect communion between Adam and Eve. Their fellowship is perfect, their openness, they're not ashamed of themselves, and they walk with God. And then Satan comes in and he tells them lies, and they actually buy into that lie, and that lie and that sin, actually that listening to Satan, creates an estrangement from one another. What actually happens is immediately they begin to hide from each other. And they begin to hide from God. And then actually as the story builds, what happens is death and actually societal conflicts and all these other kind of conflicts that come out of this idea that they're listening to the voice of Satan.